from the return of the Shadow, just as the brave Pharaoh did 5,000 years ago.
YouTube, Vintage Yugioh here today, and we have another CGC return. I know it's going to be hard to one-up the last faded LOB one I had, but I'm going to do my best. These are my own cards, so it's always fun to get cards back, but especially ones that are mine. So start off here with some disappointments. We have Fiend Mega Cyber, and it got a 6 overall, 5 on surface. And this was, I think, a PSA 5, and I cracked it out. It does have a bend down there in the corner, and yeah, so they're about as harsh on surface as PSA, it seems like. But and it's kind of interesting, I guess, that they marked it off on surface and on corners instead of one or the other. Like they could have marked it down just on one of the two, but because there's really nothing wrong with the surface other than that corner. So kind of interesting that they double dip there on the damage. And here for my promo video, I opened up PCY, PCK, and Dawn of Destiny. I sent in this Dark Sage, and it got pretty destroyed too. It got a near mint 8 with a 8.5 surface and 7.5 corners. And not really sure why the surface got dinged. The corner I know it has that cracked corner, so I get the corner all day long. But this surface, once again, I feel like they're kind of harsh on the surface there, especially for this being a video game promo. It has really nice OCG cardstock. All right, and then up next, sent this. This was, I think, pulled by me on the channel a couple months ago now, and once again, surface is the death of me. And this one might get cracked and resubbed. It does have one line down the middle, but one line should not equate to an 8. And just the slightest alti stamp, maybe. But, yeah, I don't understand why they are so strict on surface. But, you know, I'd rather than be too strict than not strict enough. So when you actually do get, you know, a really solid grade, that it actually means something instead of just tins being handed out. So Neospatian Aqua Dolpha got the 8.5. Then we have a couple Hobby League promos. This was a half away from a gym mint. Just wanted this for the collection, so that's going to stay in my collection as a 9. Spear Dragon, a half away from being a gym 10 or Pristine 10. Just really, really beautiful card there as a Hobby League promo. This one is definitely going to get cracked. Once again, 6.5 on surface. I guess, I don't know. There could be like a slight something going on right there, but don't really. It's more of just like, I guess it could be a bend. So yeah, and that's like, you know, everyone's like, oh, CGC trash. Like, you know, I was kind of mad at this grade, seeing the grade, and then I look at it and I see the justification if you see that right there. So I definitely understand how that could get a 6.5 surface. But I might just crack this and put it in a binder instead of keeping it as a 7.5. Just a classic Duelist Pack Kaiba ulti there for Cyberjar. This one was kind of disappointing too. Really thought this had a chance. 3 10s and then an 8.5. Once again, surface bug just is a killer. And the surface is a pin dot right there. And yeah, maybe 2 pin dots, and that's about all that's got going wrong for this card. Maybe a scratch right there. So once again, you know, a couple pin dots, scratch. I see where their mind is at with 8.5 surface. You know, obviously as a collector and it being my card, I'm always going to be like, oh, it should be higher. But I definitely see where they're coming from on the 8.5. And, you know, probably in the end, it is probably a fair grade. And I can't be mad with 3 10s on a subgrade. All right, we have a couple needleworms. Sent 2 of these in, this one being the off-centered one. And got an 8.5 overall, really strong. And once again, surface just, I don't, slightest waxing, no pin dots. Yeah, just, I don't know, I feel like 8.5 surface on this is harsh. That smudge is on the case, not on the card. So yeah, 8.5 though, still really strong for a TP3 needleworm. And then I sent in a more centered copy, and it did get the 9.5 on centering, but then surface and corners really held it down. And just a little whitening on the corner down there. And once again, not really sure why it got the 8 on surface. So it is what it is. 2 8.5s. Can't be too mad. United We Stand. This one I am going to crack. I cut this out of the stay-at-home promo plastic that it came in. Looks super clean. And I do not see where they got 8.5 on corners here. So this one I do not see. So this one will either go back to CGC or it's going to go to PSA. All right, not all doom and gloom though. Here the last few are really pretty happy with. So part of the PCK Dawn of Destiny promo opening, I pulled, obviously the Blue Eyes comes in the PCK, guaranteed. Opened it up and it got a gem mint 9.5. Once again, 110 away from being a pristine. So I knew it was a little OC, but thought you know, all the grades should do really well, and the corners and edges did. Just that surface held it back just enough, but this is super strong, very nice grade there. So not overly mad about that one at all. All right, and the other Power of the Duelist Ultimate that I pulled out of my POTD box break was a Destiny Hero Dogma. The Aqua Dolphin and this were both PSA 9s, and I was like, these are, you know, 10 worthy cards, super clean. So this one got downgraded just a little bit, and this one got upgraded to the Pristine 10. So in my experience, very hard to do on Ultimates, so I was very happy to see this 10. And in my opinion, centering just up and down, just a hair maybe, but I mean, that is very close to being perfect across the board. What you got, Gherkin? Squishy. Squishy. Gherkin. Oh, so fuzzy. So fuzzy. Big motor. Huge. Huge. So yeah, not really sure where I was at with this card, but super happy. And this one will definitely be staying in the collection. Destiny Hero Dogma. Pristine 10 from Power of the Duelist Ultimate Rare. And sent in 2 more modern cards. This is a TCG Player Special. We have the Change of Heart Secret Pharaoh's Rare. And this, off TCG Player, it looks super clean. I bought a couple of these Pharaoh Secret Rares from Magnificent Mavens, just ones that I wanted for the collection. This one looks super clean, so I'm like, I'll send it. And it did get the Pristine 10, so very happy with this one to hit the Pristine 10. A lot of these modern cards probably aren't even worth submitting, but this one just looks super clean. Wanted to get slabbed up, Change of Heart. Always a very, one of my favorite artworks there with the dark and light. portrayed. So very happy to have this as a 10, and that will be staying in the collection as well. And then I sent a United We Stand. So I sent also a Guardian Angel Joan stay-at-home promo. And this one got the Pristine 10 as well. So United We Stand was a little disappointing, but this one came through. So overall, very happy enough with these results. You can always hope for a half point here, a half grade there, but overall, I think the grades through the submission were very fair and justifiable. I can at least see where they're coming from on them. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Always fun to get some 10s back, and especially when they're yours. It's definitely fun getting the LOB back, but those were not mine. So always fun to get cards that I either pulled or bought, and see how they do when they get graded. So enough rambling from my end. Let me know your favorite card from the submission. Any questions, comments, subscribe if you have not. And as always, thanks for watching.